Hello, everybody. I wanted to chat to you guys about words of affirmation because it's really helped me over the years to speak words to myself that are encouraging, full of praise, but also words and phrases that I believe in, like that actually touch my heart. So when I say them, it's not just, words, but there's feeling behind the words that I say to myself. So you may have heard from other people as well that, it's so much better to say good things to yourself as opposed to other people saying good things to you. So praise, encouragement from other people, it's nice to have. Don't get me wrong. It's great when people comment on how good you are or what it is that you're doing, anything like that, how you look. But the truth of it is, then you depend on their words for the rest of your life, and you don't actually rely on the power and energy that you have to speak words that actually mean something to you. So you saying to yourself, I know that I'm really great at this. I know that I have a beautiful family. I am powerful. These are phrases that you can use every day for yourself over and over again to get into your subconscious mind, because I also know that at the moment, a lot of people are definitely keen to learn more about the subconscious mind and how, these beliefs can be imprinted on you. And so it's known as your blueprint, words that or turns you into the person you are. Hope that makes a lot of sense. So in saying all this, there are times when you may say phrases to yourself that you don't believe. It happens, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. So if you do, or you are going through a time that's really tough, and you turn around and say, I'm really great, or I'm really happy, that confuses your mind because your feelings may not match the words that you're saying. So you could be feeling really down and miserable. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way, but don't go telling yourself, I am this, when clearly you don't feel like it. It's about a step closer to getting to that vibration. So rather than saying I am, maybe it might help to say I'm in the process of, or I will believe really soon that I'm this. Because you're going through a challenging time, you're going to hear words of affirmation that don't mean anything. Okay, so an example could be you tell yourself, I'm amazing at gardening, okay? And you haven't gardened for a while. You see that your plants are maybe wilting, or the garden just doesn't look as neat as it used to. Clearly that doesn't feel right. And then your response to it is, no, I'm not great at gardening, or I'm not amazing at gardening. What are you talking about? And then it causes this contradiction in your feelings and your belief. And what I'm trying to say to you guys is it's okay to go through times like that. You cannot change your mindset overnight. I have taken years to get to a really positive state of mind, and I still have my ups and downs because I'm human, okay? Humans cannot be like the spiritual, completely and utterly unaware of what's going on and not caring. We still have a part of us that care about what other people say, that care about what we think, what we're going through. And sometimes our minds, rather than protect us, they actually say things that really hurt us. It could be that your mind is trying to work through a problem that happened last week, and you're thinking about it and thinking about it, and it hurts to be thinking about it, when really all you want to do is forget about this thing, which is why I know some of you out there watching my video, you meditate, and it's one of the best ways to stop thought. Now, there's nothing wrong. When I say stop thought, obviously you're still going to think thoughts. We're humans. Again, we think all the time. But rather than have some really negative thought, you won't have a thought at all. So it won't be negative, it won't be positive, it'll just be neutral. And you'll be able to catch that thought, before it gets any harder. Like, have you heard of momentum? So if you're thinking one thought, let's say it could be something that's upset you that week. Your best friend didn't call you. Okay, so your best friend didn't call you. Your next thought is, are they okay? Then your next thought is, why didn't they call me? Like, they always call me every week or often. And then because you're not hearing from that person and you're keeping this thought going like a train, that's what I call momentum. And that is really difficult to stop. You can slow it down, and that's why meditating and turning your focus to appreciation and gratefulness is so much better. So clearly, if you're in a state of mind that's miserable, upset, no one but you is going to be able to change that, and no one but you is going to be able to slow down that momentum. It's not going to happen overnight where you're going to be able to change some negative thought straight away to positive, but you can work in steps. You won't dramatically think of a positive after you've had that negative thought, but you could, in other words, think, maybe I don't have control over the situation, and that's okay. So let me think, what is it that I do have control over? I have control over me. I'm a good person. I know what it is that I want. I know what makes me happy. Writing down lists of things that make me happy and fill me with, it's like the love languages, fill up my cup, so that I know I feel good about something. When I first heard about words of affirmations, I thought, okay, that's pretty like common sense. It's good to say these things. But to actually say them and to confront yourself in a mirror or somewhere that you have a reflection, to actually look at yourself, can be quite daunting for some people, because it could be that every time you pass a mirror, you don't look at it. I was taught, and this is an old belief, I was taught that by looking in a mirror, it made me vain. And if I was vain, that was considered not good. Now, how is it that I was taught that when there are incredible people like Louise Hayes, I'm giving you an example, who teach you the importance of looking in the mirror to build your self-esteem, to build your confidence. It's all about learning to be brave, to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you do love the person you're looking at. And it's not about vain. It's about knowing that the person you're looking at is such an amazing person, has an amazing personality, is self-confident, has self-love, and that is considered to be a really great thing nowadays. Okay, so I've obviously had to change that belief. I know I'm still surrounded by a couple of people in my life who don't like the idea of looking in the mirror, and they've even taught their children to do the same thing. And that's unfortunate, but hopefully either the children will learn eventually that it's good to look in the mirror, that it is actually a good thing, not seen as a problem or they're vain, as I said before. Or, they just need to understand that new beliefs are giving us more benefit in our lives than old ones. Old superstitious stuff, yes, there are people who still have those beliefs, and it does take a little bit of time to get out of something if you have been told that for a while. But it's not impossible to change a belief when you truly want to live a better life. And a better life means that the things that you say to yourself give you the power, as opposed to the things that other people say to you. And no, it's not always going to be a positive thing that someone says to you. It could be quite the opposite. They could be saying something negative about you. And rather than realizing that you have the power, you may possibly give them the power and think, yeah, they're right. I'm not good at this. I'm not good enough, or whatever it is that they've said. And that is when you have to really take a breath, take a step back and realize they're not the ones who are in control of who I am. My body, soul, and mind, that's all me. It's all me. No one has control over the way I do what I do and how I live my life. No one. And when that sinks into your mind, anything that anybody says, criticism, it could be constructive feedback, but even sometimes constructive feedback can be quite upsetting. It won't matter as much. It may still, because again, you're human. Sometimes what people say does hurt, but it won't be as meaningful as you saying to yourself, I know I'm a fabulous person. I know I'm worthy. I know I deserve to be here, and write these things down. I am constantly finding time to write lists of all the words of affirmation I know will help me throughout the day. And it has been such a powerful thing for me to do. Some of you don't actually learn through writing things down. You're not into scripting, but I think if you can train your mind to hear words of affirmation, so learn through auditory, visual, write, like see the words in your mind, and of course write it down, scripting. These work so well together to give you the power that you need, and to know that everything you do is meaningful. And don't put yourself down if you have a day and you've forgotten to do something, or you haven't done something because your priorities were a little bit, muddled for whatever reason. We're not always in control of the day that we lead, but what we are in control of is how we respond to the day we're given. And we're so grateful that we are given a day to live, another day of love and kindness. Keep doing that for yourself. And I do hope that this video has helped you understand why words of affirmation are so important to you. I can do another video about it if you need more, understanding or anything else related to it, because I do believe that intention of statement, I think it was what I learned when I was learning about winning the lottery. I'll come back to you about that part. I think it's intention statement, that's what they call it, is about a statement that is intentional, obviously, but it's repeated it's repeated 3 times, and it is just one statement, so you're not constantly changing it. Like words of affirmation, they're phrases that are different. You say, I am this, I'm powerful, I attract worthiness, I know that I deserve lots of money, all that sort of stuff. That's words of affirmation. Intention statements are a little bit more, solid. So I will talk to you about that in a different video, because I do feel that's also very helpful. That, as I said, is repeated about 3 times a day, 3 or more, but it's the one statement. So you're not changing it over time. You keep that same statement, and incredible things will happen. Believe me. I love you guys so much, and remember to be who you are. We do make mistakes, we're human, and that's okay. And if you do have a mirror after this video, go to your mirror, look at yourself, give yourself a big grin, and tell yourself how proud of you are. You've come so far. You've lived an incredible life, and you have more life to live. And do something that makes you feel happy today. See you guys soon.